Hi, I'm Alaina Shearer. Thank you for exploring my 6-week Find Your Voice cohort. I wanted to take a moment to walk you through what you can expect and why this could be a life changing investment for you. So, here's a sneak peek to the Find Your Voice cohort. Before we get into the 6-week program, I just want to talk to you about why it's so important to find your voice, especially today at this stage in your life and also at this stage in what we are facing as business owners, as a country, and as individuals. And it's different for every one of us. But if you are at all feeling like there is so much more and that there is more to your story, that if only I could express X, Y would happen, then this cohort could be for you. And when you don't tell your story in today's digital age, someone else is telling it for you. So, whether you are a C suite executive, a founder of a small business, or a corporate executive, your identity is going to be defined by so many other elements unless you are telling your story. So, it's critical to meet this moment in this digital age and take control of that story. What happens when you find your voice, and what I've seen with the cohort members who've already taken this program, is that they have a greater overall life satisfaction, which is crazy, I know, to think about a quote unquote business investment having an impact on your life and increasing your overall life satisfaction. But when you feel uh, quieted or oppressed or unable to express yourself, you actually get depressed and you feel sadness often in your environments, wherever that is. I know this from personal experience and from seeing my students go through this. Another thing that'll happen is that you'll feel more connected to others. When you open yourself up to your story and publish that story, you attract others into your universe who you never thought would be there. And it's pretty powerful, as you can imagine. You'll also receive a steady pipeline of new business and new contacts. So, what I've found with cohort members who have gone through the program is that they were so fearful of publishing content before and after, they are now excited to publish content and booked for days with meetings, leads, and prospects. Again, it's all about being your true self, your authentic true self, and expressing that effectively in order to attract your ideal audience and customer. Also, you will, through this cohort experience, set goals and achieve them. And it's really lovely because we're in this with our peers. So you're in a 6-week program with others. I also offer one on one coaching, which is ideal for executives who need a more private experience. However, if you are game to make 5 new best friends and be held accountable, it's really helpful. So, the first week, we get into your foundation. We define your goals and create your vision board. We go through this together so that we can all hold one another accountable to it. So, that first week's homework, it depends, but how long it'll take you, but it's an hour to 2 hours. Some people take longer with it, creating their vision board. This isn't your typical vision board, it's one that is tied to goals for the program, but also for your life and your professional experience. The second week, we get into your audience and their pain points. Who are you trying to reach? If you are a job seeker in transition, you're trying to reach your ideal boss and coworkers. If you own a small business and you're trying to grow that business, you are trying to reach your customers, right? So it varies per person in the group, and we have a great diversity and mix of people coming with different audiences. But we spend week 2 working on that. And then week 3, you get into brand identity and you get to play the brand archetype card game. Let me show you. So, as a member of the cohort, you get these incredible cards, our archetype cards, and you use these to find your archetype in an exercise by yourself or with others, other colleagues, or even your family. It's a lot of fun. Then we come back into week 4 with your brand archetype defined along with your audience, and we develop your content compass. This is something that I've created that works like a charm to help you create content more consistently so you feel more intentional with your content and it makes it easier. So This is a secret. I'm not going to share it, but you'll see it when you're in the cohort, and it's magic. It's fantastic. Then we get into week 5, which is when you are finally presenting content that you would like to publish. This could be for LinkedIn, it could be for Substack or YouTube or any channel that you're pursuing. But it's really cool to show that content, show that post to the group, get their feedback, and you get hands-on writing feedback to improve the post. And then finally, in week 6, we actually publish the posts. Sometimes, actually, in week 5, you might publish some ahead of time, but a lot of people wait till week 6. And we improve your profile on LinkedIn or whichever network you're on. And then you're off to the races. So it goes by really quickly and people don't want it to end. It feels really weird when it ends. So we also I'm offering monthly office hours with all of the graduates of the cohort program to get together for random questions, content follow-up questions. You also get 3 one-on-ones with me after or during the course. These are just some of the testimonials that you can find on the website from people whom I respect so greatly, and it's just unbelievable to see this reaction from them. I didn't even expect it. And I'm a very optimistic, motivational person, for others, not always with myself. I'm always working on that. But to see this, it's just astounding and such an honor to work with these folks and hopefully with you. The cohort, we meet once a week for 1.5 hours. The last week, we usually extend that to 2 hours. And it's an investment of $1,200, $1,199. That is meant to be accessible and also meant to make sure that I can hold these. But I think the 1,200 is a small drop in the bucket compared to what the ROI will be when you are creating content consistently and telling your story proactively and attracting all of everything that you want to meet those goals. So what I would do if you're thinking about investing in this is to look at a broad goal that you have and what is the value of reaching that goal? And what are the odds of you reaching that goal if everything stays the same? What are the odds of reaching the goal if you try something new? And I think you'll find that the ROI is quite significantly higher than the investment. You can see upcoming dates for cohorts on the website. And if you don't see a date that works for you, please message me and we can talk about one-on-one, or we can also talk about the next cohorts that I have. I'm planning on having and starting one every single month. So if you don't see it, it just hasn't been announced yet. So please reach out. I also offer one-on-one and team training. So the one-on-one again is great for executives, and we can review your content every week, publish it together, brainstorm new ideas, and that's a total investment of $8.99 a month for one time a week for an hour a week with me. And that's another alternate option to extend the cohort if you'd like to add on to that. Also, team training. I'd love to come in and coach your teams. If you're listening to this and thinking, geez, my entire sales team needs this, my executive team needs this, I would love to come in and work with your team. Thank you for considering the cohort. If you have any questions at all, reach out to me. I think if you follow my content, you know that I am not a classic coach. I've actually never taken this type of coaching before. I have had executive coaches in my past who I loved, and I think there's a bad rap for coaches out there, and that's not fair. There's a lot of really authentic, powerful coaches like myself. This works. I'd love to see you. And if you are on the fence, don't be shy. Click the book an appointment with me link that should be at the bottom of my page or on the landing page where you found this video. Okay? Visit goodisnow.com or email me at alaina@goodisnow.com if you are viewing this on YouTube or elsewhere. Okay. Good luck to you. Thanks. Bye.